Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our viewers from across the globe. Greetings from the Sur Darbar team on the occasion of Navaratri and Saraswati Puja. This is Swathy Vasudevan from the Sur Darbar team coming to you from Austin, Texas for yet another episode of Devi, Kshethra Anubhavam. This is a 10-part series that we have been doing during the season of Navaratri, and many of you have been joining us for our visits to the different Devi Kshetrams across the country. We've traveled to the north, we've traveled to the south, and today I'm very excited to take you to a Saraswati temple in the northern part of the Indian subcontinent. The Sharada Peet is a ruined Hindu temple and an ancient center of learning located in Azad, Kashmir. It's said to have been built in the 6th century, and between the 6th and the 12th century, it was one of the most prominent temple universities in the Indian subcontinent. And it's located about 80 miles from Srinagar. Like all of our episodes that have been completed so far, joining me on this one as well will be Dr. Vijayalakshmy Subramaniam, live from Chennai, who will tell us a little bit more about the Sharada Peetam in Azad Kashmir, as well as about the music that originated in this part of the country. Dr. Vijayalakshmy Subramaniam, for those of you that may be joining us for the first time today, is an eminent musician who has been contributing by performances and by way of her research for over 40 years. A student of Sri S. Rajam, as well as Professor T.R. Subramaniam. She is also a recipient of the Fulbright Visiting Lecturer Fellowship. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Vijayalakshmy Subramaniam to this episode on Saraswati Puja Day of Kshethra Anubhavam, brought to you by Sur Darbar.
Hello, Swathy, and namaste to all our Rasikas viewers worldwide. Yes, I'm very excited because today we are going to visit a place which we can actually only visit virtually.
True,
So
very true.
I thought it would be a good opportunity to select this kshetra at this point in time so that at least we can talk about it and we can relish some of the facts and some of the fantastic details about this place. So, like you mentioned, this is the Sharada Peetham, which is so old. You know, I came upon a very interesting fact that the Kashmiri Panjangam, the almanac which we all have. So the Kashmiri Panchang shows their year, this current year, as the year 5090. So can you imagine what an unbroken line, what a lineage, what a tradition it has been? And this temple is so ancient and so full of knowledge. Saraswati, today is Saraswati Puja Day. Today is the day when we pay our respects to Saraswati. And here she is being revered as the goddess of knowledge, goddess of learning, and the goddess of speech, the Vak Devata. So, a very interesting story about this place is that the Peetham had four doors, and each door could be opened only by a very great Vidwan after much challenge by scholars and so on. So, we have Adi Shankara who trudged all the way to Kashmir. Can you imagine by foot? No conveyance, no GPS, no hotels, nothing whatsoever. And to walk all the way, my God, my heart bleeds to just think of the contribution of this fantastic philosopher, saint, scholar that we had. And he went there, and only the southern door was still shut. And it was Adi Shankara who, after much debate with the scholars there, because they wanted to challenge him to see if he was competent to be allowed to do this. And he was able to open the fourth door, which was on the south. There is another very interesting association of Adi Shankara here. Incidentally, there is an Adi Shankara temple in Srinagar which one can visit, and I had the opportunity to visit there. And you will laugh when I tell you when I went there. This was on my honeymoon, eons back. So,
I'm pretty
well,
sure it was easier to travel those days than it is today with the political situation in that
oh,
part of the
yes,
country.
yes, yes, yes. In fact, we often joke that it was very soon after our visit that, so much of turbulence happened, and we were very fortunate to have been able to visit there. And
Mhm.
we saw the Adi Shankara temple, but of course, this temple is not possible to visit. And in any case, it is in ruins now, and
Yes,
one hopes that it will be resurrected and, some of its past glory will come back.
come back.
So the it was such a huge center of learning, like you mentioned rightly, and the script that they use there is called the Sharada script, and
Oh,
I
okay.
believe the Tibetan script is very akin to the Sharada script. It didn't originate there, but it was so popular there that it
Mm-hmm.
is associated with the place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other interesting story is about, Adi Shankara got these bunch of verses and it was supposed to be 100. But
Mm.
there were only 41 verses in that. And he is supposed to have been instructed by Lord Shiva to complete the remaining and to make it 100. So
Okay.
this is what we know today as the Saundarya Lahari.
Of course. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, the first 41 verses, many people refer to that as the Ananda Lahari, and the other 59, which Sri Adi Shankara composed to complete the 100, as Saundarya Lahari.
Mm-hmm.
But today, in common parlance, we refer to the whole entire work as Saundarya Lahari.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to sing you the very first verse of the Saundarya Lahari, which is amazing. It says, Lord Shiva cannot make anything happen in this world without the Shakti,
Of course.
without the energy of the feminine. So, शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवति शक्तः प्रभवितुम् न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलः स्पन्दितुमपि अतस्त्वामाराध्या हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणतुं स्तोतुं वा कथमकृतपुण्यः प्रभवति
Wow, that was, I felt like that energy, truly what you just said, I could feel it as I was closing my eyes listening to the Saundarya Lahari verse.
When we read about these things, Swati, I really, really wish one could just get on to time travel and move back. I'm not
Yes.
interested in moving forward. I want to go back.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. That is very true. No, thank you for sharing those facts, and for a lot of the younger audiences too. It's hard for them to comprehend what our the saints and our composers of those years went through. Like you said, traveling across the country without a GPS, without a vehicle, and then bringing upon such beautiful music to that we continue to sing and and enjoy and experience actually over so many years. That shows the power of those days, the power of those days. Truly, I'm so glad we are able to share this with especially our younger audiences.
Right. And many believe Sri Muthuswami Dikshita to actually be a reincarnation of Sri Adi Shankara.
Mhm.
And we find so many of the mantras, so many of the dhyana shlokas that have been given by Adi Shankara. Sri Muthuswami Dikshita has used them in his compositions and made it so easy for us to sing and remember them.
Mhm, mhm.
So, and he was another who traveled so much on foot.
True.
Things were, I don't think they were significantly better in Dikshit's time.
Days. True.
So he has sung beautifully about this Saraswati in Kashmir,
Yes.
and in a very unique raga called Kalavati. Mm.
Kalavati. Yep.
This roughly relates to Yagapriya and the Melakatta scheme. It is a Vivadi raga. Sari Gama Padasa Sanida Pamagari Gama Pamagamari Ida Pada Dasa starts with the Ragamudra. Kalavati Kamalasana Kalyanam Kalayatu Saraswati Kalavati Kamalasana Yuvati. In the Charanam, he makes a reference to Kashmir. Sharajyotsna Shubhrakara Sashivadana Kashmir Vihara. So today also we have the community of Hindus in Kashmir who are called the Saraswat Brahmins.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. I've heard
They're
that reference.
supposed to be descendants in this lineage. And it's a wonderful composition which was popularized very much by Rajam sir. And I was very fortunate to learn it from him. And some of the subtleties I'd just like to tell you while we are on it. You know,
Sure.
in the Anupallavi, Bala Bala Mantrana Rupini Bharati Matrika Sharirini Malali Vidarini Vamani Madhukaraveni Veena Pani. Normal to say that. Rajan sir. Malali Vidarini Vagvani Madhukaraveni Veena Pani Kalavati Sanidapa Leena Pani. These ragas, you know, the bhava of the raga is so enhanced when we bring in
And
some
the
of the
small
plain
touches.
notes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are songs which are very gamaka oriented and which are beautiful when we sing the gamakas. There are some ragas where when you give the simple phrases, just plain swaras, it just, you know, the raga seems to blossom. And Rajam sir was really a master at that. And
Yes.
I'm delighted that today we can listen to this Kalavati Kamalasana Yuvati. This is going to be rendered again by my disciple from Chennai, Vidya Subramaniam, who, by the way, is also a chartered accountant.
Wow, wonderful. I have been following Vidya Subramaniam. She's an amazing singer. Glad that we picked her for this composition. And this is a lovely composition, Vijika. I know that when people think about Kashmir, this is one composition that stands out always from Dikshit. There's one of his gems, one of my very favorite as well. So thank you for picking this composition. Thank you for sharing those wonderful stories and legends about Adi Shankaracharya. I'm sure our audiences enjoyed our virtual visit to Kashmir today. I think we are coming to this close of the Navaratri series, so I can't reveal yet where we will take them finally tomorrow. But until then, it is a huge thank you from the Sur Darbar team and all of our audiences for joining us live from Chennai on this beautiful Navaratri series called Kshethra Anubhavam. Thank you, Vijika.
Thank you, Swathy, and delighted that we could visit the Saraswati Peetham, the Sharada Peetham today on this auspicious day of Saraswati Puja, when all of us are praying to Goddess Saraswati for more knowledge, for more jnanam, for more wisdom, tolerance, everything. So, thank you very much, and namaste to all our Rasikas worldwide.
कलावती कमलासन युवती कलावती कमलासन युवती कलावती कमलासन युवती कल्याणं करयतु सरस्वती कलावती कमलासन युवती कल्याणं कलयतु सरस्वती कलावती कमलासन युवती बला बला मंत्रार्णरूपिणी बला बला मंत्रार्णरूपिणी भारती मातृका शरीरिणी बला बला मंत्रार्णरूपिणी भारती मातृका शरीरिणी मलाळि विदारिणी वाणी मलाळि विदारिणी वाणी मधुकरवेणी वीणावाणी मलाळि विदारिणी वाणी मधुकरवेणी वीणावाणी कलावती कमलासन युवती मलाळि विदारिणी वाणी मधुकरवेणी वीणावाणी कलावती कमलासन युवती कल्याणं करयतु सरस्वती कलावती कमलासन युवती शरज्योत्स्ना शुभ्राकार शशिवदना काश्मीर विहार शरज्योत्स्ना शुभ्राकार शशिवदना काश्मीर विहार वर शारदा पराङ्कुशधरा वरद अभयपाशपुस्तककर वर शारदा पराङ्कुशधरा वरद अभयपाशपुस्तककर सुराचितपदाम्बुजशोभन श्वेतपङ्कजासन सुरदना पुरारि गुरुगुहृदयरञ्जनि मुरारि स्नुषा निरञ्जनि सुराचितपदाम्बुजशोभन श्वेत